That's a T90 dad if I ever heard it. Snippy, thank you for 13 months, man. Thank you for a lot of clickbaity YouTube videos, all the good stuff. Okay, the scores are updated. Like I said, everyone, I don't have the flags for Spain and Norway in my files, and we'll address that. But for now, we're going to have to stick with what we have there. That's an Arabia game, and we have Berbers for MBL, and Tato is playing as the Malay. So these are civs we've seen a lot of. The last civ matchup was pretty uncommon, I feel. First thing I notice is how open MBL's map is. He only has this wood close by. He could maybe go to this wood, of course, later on, but it's further forward and there's a hill. As his main gold to the left of his town center, he has a main stone to the right and his secondary gold there, but it's all very exposed, which will mean he's probably going to be aggressive here. Alfredo, thank you for subscribing. Thanks for the support, man. Lots of new faces today. I love it. Welcome to the stream, guys. I hope you guys have been enjoying the content lately. Going to be a lot of even better stuff coming up, actually. So Tato's base isn't great, but it's certainly better because he has double the amount of wood, if not triple the amount of wood MBL has in his wood area. His main stone is safe behind the wood here, too. He can also wall it off easily if he pays attention to it later on. He can wall here between the cliffs and protect his main gold, and then maybe build his barracks in this location. But I don't think we're going to see a lot of walling like that. Normally we see walling like that when both players are building up their units at home and you don't really know where your opponent's going to show up. And in this situation, I think MBL will probably go forward. At the very least, will go man-at-arms. With his civilization, it's very important to get a castle up later on, so players can justify going to the stone with towers as a strategy. And when the base is this open, that's a normal strategy anyway, so I definitely expect that here from MBL. Oh, I forgot about the bets. Yeah, I'll do the bets for you. I'm only going to give you a minute, though. MBL has done a really good job lately with his tower rushes, too. Which is funny, because Tato's the one that normally impresses with that. But Tato hasn't been playing as trushy. Maybe he feels bad because of the damage he inflicted upon Spring a week or two ago. I don't know. But we'll see what Tato's plan is. He has 3 on wood right now, which would indicate... Well, Tato's also the Malay, so Tato advances to the next H 85% fast, or 80% faster. So maybe he will just go full tower rush, as players often do here. A 3 on wood could indicate just a normal tower rush. Alright, I'm turning the chat off because Will just typed an 11 in the chat. Not tolerated. Not tolerated. Oh, this is why he typed 11. I knew there had to be a reason. This is where you have to question, is it worth it? If you wanted to have your barracks up already to go man-at-arms, is it worth it to build 1, 2, 3, 4 extra houses to trap the scout in? I feel like it is, because then Tato can't see what MBL is going to be up to. But that's a lot of work to trap in the scout. Well done, MBL. I wish I would have spotted that. Yeah, Tato has scarred Spring for life, and the funny thing is, at the moment in the KOTD tournament brackets, if everything stands, Tato and Spring are going to play in the first round. The Tato should just run around, because that villager's chasing, just distract MBL as much as possible here. He knows his scout will die. He can't run past the TC. MBL will just garrison. I don't know why MBL hasn't sent this villager back, but he's going to kill Tato's scout, which is the victory. And he is also not going man-at-arms now. I don't know if this was his initial plan to just go drush, but this could be messy because Tato has the villager train coming forward, and we are going to see the towers going to stone. And he's going with the forward barracks. Does MBL spot it? I think we'll see it. Yeah, MBL seeing that with the militia. So this is interesting because when you drush, it's called a Dark Age rush. You are not in the Feudal Age when you do this, and what you can't do in the Dark Age is build defensive towers. So I think MBL is gonna be forced to continue to create militia, or fight with villagers here, because he can't allow the first tower to go up. Meanwhile, Tato's economy is stretched because he clicked up so early. He has so many villagers not working for him on the front. And then, of course, back at home, he's on stone, too. And he hasn't been able to build any towers yet. And checking Vill HP, this seems like a very good start for MBL. And he's still adding more militia. Now, this is one way to do it. Tato having to build a tower next to his barracks just so he can hold the front. But MBL overwhelming him with villagers and overwhelming him with militia. There's a lot of weak builds here for Tato. I don't think Tato can hang around here. Well, that's a pretty funny start to this one. That guy's going to go down, so I think 2 Vill kills for MBL. These 3 are going to get away. MBL is only at 36 food, though. He only will have 5 farms, and he doesn't have a lot on berries, so he really needs to continue to address this or get up to the feudal age as soon as possible, guys. This is a funny start. Male Fissinis... I can't say your name. We're going to call you Male. Male, welcome to the stream. And all the other males, you are also welcome here. Thank you for subbing, man. Oh yeah, I forgot about the scroll here. I changed it to Vill count. The Vill count is kind of deceiving in situations like this, though. Because, of course, players were fighting with villagers, so you really don't know how efficient their vills are. And MBL also will have to idle this TC to click up to the next stage, which would mean that Tato can catch up. So I think it's pretty even at the moment. And I would actually prefer to be in Tato's position, because Tato is going to deny the main stone from MBL. Nothing MBL can do about this, and MBL is stuck in the Dark Age now. This is not going to be easy. MBL going to go out to this stone. Did Tato see that? Tato did scout that. Yeah, look at this. I bet you these vills are going to come over here. He's going to try and get the wood and get the stone. So important to have that spear working for him there. Joe Average, welcome to the stream as well, man. Thanks for all the subs, guys. Well, what is going on with MBL's vills here? Well, what's he trying to do? He ran out there to build a palisade wall. Maybe he didn't know that tower was there, Tato. Oh, the wolf contributing to the fight for Tato. And another tower for him. MBL's going to send his 3 weak militia forward, and I doubt that will trouble Tato much. Now, mind you, MBL is still in the Dark Age now, and I think he's idling his TC. He needs to hook up as soon as possible. Because the longer he waits, the more map control Tato's getting on a map that is disgusting for MBL. Okay, so there's a tower. This is a tower that MBL cannot stop. This is what you need to do in a tower rush, honestly. Build a tower behind that your opponent doesn't see, and then they realize they can't actually defend. This is rough for MBL because he has no form of military at the moment. Even if he sends the militia out, he's going to run into towers, and he can't build any defensive towers. Ideally, if he could build one tower in the Dark Age, he would have built it here, I'm sure, just to defend the stone so he could collect more. But it is pretty awkward because Tato actually can't build the tower here. He doesn't have any form of military to clean this up before he builds the tower. So he's just going to build more towers. It looks like MBL's Drush is dead. And then I think MBL will be adding Man-at-Arms. But now Man-at-Arms are so weak, it can't do anything around these towers. So maybe we'll have to counter with them? Who knows? I think MBL's going to flee. No, you know what? An MBL thing to do would be to go forward with towers at the enemy's base while he's being attacked like this. It's such an MBL move.
Your stream takes away the pain of midterms. Victory speech.
My boy, I'm glad I can help you out with the midterm pain. This would be such an MBL thing to do, is go forward and build a tower here. He's going to try and build his tower. This is messy because Tato's already going to get his up. And MBL just left his for a moment to fight. Now, this tower for Tato is in range. So the villagers attacking this tower will slowly die. I think we'll see that here with this guy. But if MBL can get the tower up, his weak vills, he's lost another one. He's lost another one. He can get in here. Then maybe he could take this tower out and hold to the stone. I think it might be worth it. Tato's plan is to attack this tower. This is such a tower rushy game. And MBL gonna go into Tato's line of sight because he hasn't scouted this. There's just random villagers walking through Tato's base. The Tato does have the stone for defensive towers. I think this could end poorly for MBL. He's sending what will be man-at-arms forward. But he has defended on his stone. No way. Tato hasn't realized this? He's gotta realize it. Tato has no clue. Tato's focusing on the front. This is really uncommon at this level. There we go. Finally he realizes. It's so uncommon at this level for a player not to realize. And that could change the entire game. Look at the quick walls from MBL. The man-at-arms coming in as well, forcing quick walls on a Tato. Just look at all the little pieces of walls they've had to place in a panic. Both players. I think Tato will lose some vills, but I think Tato will also get his tower up. That was a really cool moment to watch here. Tato losing his gold and losing his wood for the time being. And he could lose these vills too if MBL is tempted to run in with the man-at-arms. He doesn't want to do that because Tato's tower would be in range. He's just going to run away. He's going to build another tower immediately. Look at what that did to Tato's economy. That ballsy move from MBL to go forward. It's so difficult to feel comfortable doing something like that when you have this much pressure at your base. But it is the correct approach. Tato with his forward villagers, he's going to be pushed away as MBL is building a defensive tower. He did branch out to this wood, by the way. A wood line that I didn't think he was ever going to go to in this game. And Tato can't see this new tower for MBL. And MBL is taking Tato's stone. So this has turned into a pretty cool game. Man-at-arms looped around for MBL. Can he find some vill kills? Yeah, he should be able to get this one. She's weak. I think now Tato will save her. There's a lot of weak vills here for Tato. Look at that. There's 3 weak vills. But he's been able to get away. It looks like a huge feudal age conflict. This one. I don't think we're going to see the castle age anytime soon. And Tato with, you know, his weak vills, which MBL is going to kill with his own vills, a 1 archer. These are the games that really test you as a player. MBL losing a vill to that archer now. Tato's going to scramble away because he sees that tower. I think MBL has done a great job. And wow, look at his resources! Look at his resources. Did you see that? He's going to get wheelbarrow first, but he'll be able to click up the castle age. And what did I say? If you're Berbers and you're on stone like this, it actually helps you out if you're not going to lose the game, if you're still in there and it's close. Because then you should have time to build a castle and you can go with the camel archers. Tato is stretched for economy, man. This is what happens when you attack like this and have so many vills forward for so long. He's at 69 food. Yeah, he's going to build a mining camp here, I reckon. MBL going to add a stable, and I think we will see camel archers after a few nights. So, to put things in perspective, this is what MBL sees as a player. And he's still winning this game. Somehow. It's so amazing how comfortable, how cool and calm and collected players can be under pressure in this game when you're at this level. I think MBL now is thinking about Tato running out to this gold because he sees that Tato's not here. He sees there's no gold back here, but he's going to be too late. Yeah, I hesitated when I saw the food count because I knew that number would spark your interest, guys. More towers for Tato. Tato's taking this gold too. He's everywhere, stealing all the gold. But now he's not really doing damage to MBL. This tower is just to deny farm space and hold map control. MBL has built this to protect his wood and eventually kill this tower, and he has plenty of farms in the back, all protected by his own towers now. MBL also sees that Tato's on this gold, and MBL is adding a second stable. So in my opinion, I think MBL, as he's going to build a watchtower and go out to this gold, I think MBL should add knights, but he should stay heavy on stone and save his stone up for a castle. I don't know where he should build the castle though, because he does have access to gold here. He does have access to stone here, and it wouldn't be easy to build a castle in this area. You'd have to build it right next to this TC and it'd only kill these 3 towers. Normally players would build it defensively, but We'll wait till he actually gets in the position to make that castle to speculate. Tato has spotted this, but now he's spotted the stables. He wanted to kill these villagers, but that is not going to happen here. Tato knows he's in trouble, I'm sure, because there's going to be 2 knights coming out. Unfortunately for MBL, he doesn't have the economy to really do much with these knights. He's going to try and stop this tower on the farms, though. And he will do that with the distraction of the man-at-arms. I love how he's still using the man-at-arms. For the first... Wait, hold on. Not for the first time. There's going to be a defensive barracks for Tato. But he can't do damage with archers. He's just going to run into towers. He can't do anything. And this has been perfectly played from MBL. Who is trying to build more towers, I think. He's going to starve Tato as long as possible because he knows when Tato does cook up the castle, he'll be there fast with the melee. Not much that can be done here for Tato. He's going to be losing villagers to this knight, and he's giving up map control. He has to add feudal spearmen, which will just delay that castle time he wants. More knights looping around. I think this is when you start to see the score switch. Now over here, Tato's sitting in range of the tower, but he's killed a vill. Might kill a second, but I think this is the important area to focus on. MBL with his knights, denying a lot of resources from Tato, and that additional tower, that smart tower, will push Tato off wood all the way to this small area of wood. He's had to run away from this gold. He's out here on this gold in a second anyway. MBL might spot that. MBL's on 2 town centers. MBL is behind in villas, but of course he has the Castle Age upgrade. And this is basically flip-flopped of what it was with the Feudal and Dark Age earlier with MBL and Tato. While Tato was in Feudal and MBL is Dark. Now MBL is Castle and Tato is Feudal. Another TC for MBL being found by Tato. Tato slowly realizing he can't do anything with these archers because of the towers and the TCs. And MBL has spotted this gold. That's huge. That is so huge. All these villas will die. MBL, in my opinion, with firm control of this game now. Tato really doesn't have a foothold anywhere except where he built the towers, but his actual units are not holding that for him. Even here, he ran into another tower, and he only has 2 skirmishers and a spear left. MBL finally taking that score lead. And you can see Tato using the market to try and get the castle. He knows he needs to get there fast. And I think at this stage, Tato's pretty far behind, and he needs to be very aggressive. Now, the one thing is, MBL's been building towers, and he's not saving stone for his castle. So I don't think we're going to see those camel archers anytime soon from him. But he has a lot of knights. And his TCs have been idle, but you got to think he's going to be able to build up his economy more than what Tato has. But he's been at 46 vills for a long time, which is surprising me. I kept looking back expecting him to be above 50. But he doesn't seem to have the production of vills. Now, Tato's still in this game now. He's going to be in the Castle Age in a moment. And he still has a foothold here. And just like Tato normally does, he's collecting stone so he can build a castle, I bet. And a castle on the front would be so annoying to MBL. In fact, Tato could build it here, and he could deny the main gold. MBL getting Town Watch, and with Town Watch, he'll be able to see everything a lot easier, so he knows when it's coming. I think MBL made a mistake running back with his knight. Because Tato hasn't had anything here, and that's a lot of knights for MBL. Why didn't he try and find the next wood line? That's my question. He got a little bit lucky, or maybe it wasn't luck, he had scouted it, but he found the gold. But why not try and find another wood line? Looks like he's just spotted it with that outpost, and he's adding an archery range. And the knights are going to get here right after the TC was placed from Tato. And Tato with a 2-villager lead now. MBL is slowly catching up there. There's a TC for Tato on this gold. This is so weird. I love it, though. And now a tower for MBL behind the wood line to deny that. This army should die. MBL only has 1 defense upgrade, but this army should die. You should kill the spears, then you should kill the crossbows. So this is a nice cleanup for MBL. He has a lot of weak knights, and maybe he doesn't want to fight that because Tato's going to sit in the pond, so. Pistro, I hope I'm saying that right. Thank you for the 2 months of subscribing. Welcome back. MBL's going to add some Genitors, which are mounted skirmishers, and that will clean these up easily, which is probably why he didn't want to send the knights in there. Tato's just going to reposition his lumber camp. I was so hoping this Weakville would be attacked by the wolf. Not to be. Oh, what is this? 2 monasteries on the front from Tato. And he's going to start adding monks now. It's a pretty strong move. It'll already be difficult for MBL to run past all these towers. But then there's going to be monks too with 9 range on top of that. Well, rip these units for Tato. And MBL finally running forward again. And this time he's running forward because Tato's trying to take his wood line back. And, oh, Tato sees this, and Tato's gonna wall in his villagers so we can kill the tower. Now, that's nice, but how's he gonna save his villagers? MBL actually placing another watchtower right as we witnessed that with these 2 villas, and he's gonna try and keep these villas pinned in. With so many town centers, I don't think it'll be easy for Tato to create a lot of monks in siege. So it's not a straight monk siege push. You can see he's creating villas. He's at the magic 69 number, so you know, he's really blown up from his 50 villager days in the feudal age.
Happy to be able to catch a T90 stream. Keep doing what you're doing. Full support.
Quimpy, I definitely will, man. Thank you for 4 months supporting the stream. MBL finally getting bloodlines. For the very first time, he's getting bloodlines. And for the very first time, he's running to this wood line. And Tato doesn't have a lot of wood left, but look at them all run. MBL's gonna see them running now, and MBL's gonna get a few Vil picks. Tato was able to escape here, luckily, but he's escaped right into knights. Phoenix, 11 months, man. We're almost at a year. Thank you for coming back. This is something that I don't think MBL can address, but his villagers, they're confident villagers, and they're gonna go for it. MBL sending Vils versus the monks in siege. Oh, geez. What is happening here? Tato is using MBL's former villagers to repair his mangonels. And, oh, geez, that shot was huge. And now the crossbows will come out, of course, as well. And the crossbows should be able to kill some of these Vils. MBL probably realized he couldn't send knights towards the monks. He didn't have anything else. So he decided to send the Vils in a ballsy move that just resulted in a lot of death. And a lot of people switching to the other side so they'd be safe from it. Hard to call this one, honestly. I think I would favor Tato, but Tato could lose his military all in one swing. He's researching pikemen, and he's building a barracks, so I think he's going to go Halb and Mangonels and monks. And MBL really can't hit the economy from Tato up here. He's going to be fighting uphill. I think he's going to do it, though. He's going to go with battering rams. That would change things. So MBL has control of 2 of Tato's golds. Tato at the moment only, as he loses that Mangonel to villagers, he only has this gold. MBL can't take his main gold either. MBL only has this gold. And he can take this one, I guess, if he wants. So the siege monk push continues. Willis says this is a dumb crap that MBL does. It makes my blood boil. Well, he really has no other option, man. That's the thing. He needs to buy himself some time. Had he not fought with Vils, Tato would have been attacking with those Mangonels the entire time. And Tato has the Vil lead now, but that might change the second MBL goes to this DC. It's funny, Tato has significant amount of pressure in this area, and he's going to continue to focus here. MBL is going to focus here and probably just run away from this area now. And he wants to get the light cab upgrade. He does have buildings here to defend. I think MBL's not in a bad spot. But it all depends on how the units are positioned. Because now Tato has pikemen to stop the knights. So we'll see. MBL has a lot of military. He's at 29 military. It just depends on how he uses it to change this game. Tato's gone for another TC. At the moment, MBL is sending out his units to kill this one. And MBL running into the pikemen, which is unfortunate. Probably wants to use his Genitors to kill these pikemen. And then he wants to kill this TC as fast as possible. And MBL might be in trouble if Tatos can kill his rams with the villagers and duck back inside. Tato's going to continue to create pikemen. Tatos also... Whoa! Look at that! Tato lost 2 Mangonels and 3 monks to the 1 Mangonel from MBL. Of course we were focusing over here, and I'm sure Tato was as well. That's what I'm talking about in situations like this. It really depends just how players use their units. At the same time, MBL just lost all his battering rams, and this DC will stay up for Tato. MBL scrambled over to this wood, and Tato sees it. Tato's going to build a tower. MBL doesn't have the stone for a tower, so these villagers are going to have to run away elsewhere soon, too. What a crazy game. I think the wood line on the right-hand side might be the biggest deal for both players. Clutch repair for Tato to keep the Mangonel alive. Otherwise, MBL would have killed it. MBL throwing away 2 villagers again. And this is the only wood that MBL can take right now. Tato just got a tower on it. Sure, Tato's going to lose the Mangonel again. But MBL doesn't have the resources. He can't take his main gold. He can't take this gold now. And there's not even a lot left. Only 98. He can't take this wood. Does he have a market? He does have a market. If he would have realized this earlier, he could have bought some stone. And there we go. He's buying stone now. At this stage, it's only been 10-15 seconds, but a lot of damage has been done. And he's just got to build a TC here. He's like, screw it. You know what? I'm sick of this area now. You can have it. Have it, Tato. And Tato's at 92 vills, while 79 for MBL. And this aggressive, messy style from Tato has certainly paid off. Why would the mods need to update the score when... No, Canadian Ninja, it's not 1-0 Tato. Their profiles is 1-1. I'm updating this, not the scores from the games we've casted, but all of the games they played today. I thought I clarified. So yeah, the command is incorrect for what has happened today with these players, but is correct for what we've cast. But they played 2 games. This is the 3rd, and it's 1-1 right now. But what? Just look at this. Can Tato see this? Look what Tato could see. All the villagers for MBL running away. This is such an MBL and Tato game. Oh man, look at all the villas that went to build that new TC. And now, yeah, MBL is running out here. This is what happens when your opponent builds towers like this, guys. You lose all your wood, you lose all your farm space, you lose your gold and your stones. Rip, man. Tato's in a better position, much better position. Not only does he have more pop in every area, but he also has had less idle time with his villas over the last 10-15 minutes. He has more working farms, which will help him get closer to Imp, or just allow him to create units a lot faster. The tower's going to go down, and Tato doing the cool thing where you can garrison your pikemen in the rams, and then on garrison, MBL is just using villagers to fight pikemen. And he's hoping that his Genitors will kill the pikemen, but Tato can simply create too many. The damage is still being done with the idle time. He might need to pull back now, but advantage Tato there. Small raid coming in on the left-hand side. MBL's at risk of losing more villagers, though it looks like he's addressing that. I just don't know what MBL can do in this situation. His economy's so imbalanced, I think he's got to be abusing the market. He wants to hold to these 2 golds and starve Tato from it. Tato is out of this gold. In fact, I don't think Tato's on any gold right now. Oh, this is so weird. that realization just hit me. Okay, so this is the situation. This is MBL's main gold. He can't take it. Tato already took his 2nd, and MBL is about to finish off his 3rd. So there's basically no gold from MBL that can be used. from the initial starting resource. Now, Tato's third gold is here. MBL's on it. Main gold is here. MBL's on it. Second gold, MBL's on it. So MBL's on all 3 of Tato's golds, and Tato has no gold. But Tato has a lot more vills. Which is why he's creating pikemen. And then there's a castle for MBL on the gold. Oh man, he actually could win this game just because he's securing the golds. And he also on this stone. He could actually do this. This is pretty funny. This is another MBL game where it comes down to pure map control. I remember before Castle, I'd watch MBL play, and he would win games off controlling the wood in the late game. I've seen him do it so many times. Now the camel archers can be created. MBL, he does have some wood here. He has plenty of gold, and the camel archers will kill the pikemen. So now the question is, can Tato make anything that can get him gold back? Can he kill these TCs? Can he kill these castles? And that's not going to be very easy for him to do. I probably should have realized this earlier, but this is just crazy. It's just craziness. I think the easiest gold to get would be MBL's main gold. He can't even get any of his 3 golds. I think the easiest one for Tato would be this one. He just has to kill this tower and stop MBL from hitting him. The bad thing for Tato is he can't even mine stone, because MBL's on all the stone, so he can't build a castle. If he could build a castle, then he could take a TC away from MBL easily. Yeah, he's just getting upgrades for his pikemen, because that's all I can really tech into right now. Maybe he was thinking about pushing this because he had a battering ram, but that's not going to happen. Map control wise, MBL in the lead. With the way these fights have gone, and with the amount of military Tato has the lead, and what did I say? Tato's going to take MBL's main gold at 56 minutes. 56 minutes. His main gold is finally going to get some use from a forward TC from Tato. This is the main starting TC for MBL. Look at this disaster area. Now, MBL knows that Tato hasn't had the gold, and he's not going to like this, so he's going to probably send units over here. Camel archers could come over and do a good job picking off the monks because they're fast, killing the pikemen. The base swap part 2, seriously. Look at the mini-map. There's 3 separate economies for both players. MBL has the weaker economy, but he did have the gold. He does not have it all now. Now, at the same time, they're grappling for wood control. And Tato has repositioned his villagers time and time again on the lumber because of towers and whatnot. And now MBL's not really making a push at the moment. MBL's getting ballistics, still making camel archers, but I haven't seen him do much with the camel archers except defend this castle, which is already going to be easy for him to defend. MBL sees that gold is being taken, and yeah, okay. He's going to try and build towers here. I think he needs to create military. He is. Tato's pikemen at the moment is too darn strong. Tato's getting guard tower. That is disgusting, Tato. Totally makes sense at this stage. A lot of pros don't want to put resources into the towers because the towers are already strong. Normally you'll lose them whether they're watchtowers or guard towers in similar situations, but you know, here he's gonna do it. The towers are beefier. It protects MBL's gold, which is actually his. I don't know what to say about this one, guys. I'd like to hold to my professionalism. I'd like to act like I'm an all-knowing caster and inform you guys on what is going on. But I honestly don't know how to call it. I do give Tato an edge now that he has the gold, though. But this is a scrappy game. And finally, MBL is looping around to try and kill monks and try and take this gold away from Tato, but he has waited a long time, that's for sure. And Tato getting ballistics, that ballistics upgrade at the moment is only going to affect his tower. I did see him research elite skirms, so I think he's going to add that too. This game is messier than my 1600 HD games, Kappa. Yeah, well, it's messy, but there's also a lot of skill involved here. No offense to your 1600 HD games, but the fact that this game is still competitive for both players after all of this, and all this nonsense happening, it's pretty impressive. Tato has 60 idle villagers out of 150 builds. So he probably wants to continue to create builds because he doesn't have a lot of resources, but he hasn't addressed the idle situation. This is just a perfect representation of what this game has been. One pikeman killing 4 random farms in the middle of nowhere. But with these towers, MBL also getting guard tower, Tato doesn't have gold again. In fact, I can show you the gold collected. MBL in the lead. If you look at the bottom left, you can see all the resources collected. Tato leading with the food and the wood. MBL leading in everything else. The one player has been controlling the farm area, the wood. Just getting their economy booming up in that area, but with the gold and the stone, it's been a struggle for that same person. I don't even know if it's realistic to kill towers that are guard towers in HD, because they're so strong and you can just do this. I think you need to wait for the Imperial Age, but I don't think the Imperial Age will come anytime soon, since the economies are so scattered. There unnoticed gold in the bottom right, yes. The one gold that hasn't been seen by either player. But that would only help MBL at this stage. Because there's no way Tato's getting out there when he can't get here. So really, the main goal for Tato is to get gold, and I think he has to go for this one still. He has to somehow kill these towers. If I was MBL, I would build a mess of towers on every gold. Even if he's not on it. Just to make sure you don't miss it, right? Just build towers everywhere. Or another castle would probably be smarter, but just hold to that, man. And I love the fact he's been stubborn here with more towers. And Tato... You've got to be kidding me. Tato's out of wood here. He can't collect wood here. So he's running past MBL's base and into MBL's new towers. MBL's just taking the score lead. And I think his map control is going to pay off for him as Tato just runs by and he's going to lose villagers. Where is he even going, though? Did he want to place a castle or something? I'm not sure. I think he was just trying to run to one of the safest bases he has in this game, which is right smack in the middle of the base. Battering rams for Tato, this is so important for him. If he doesn't kill these towers, I think he might lose the game. And he's gonna lose the battering rams. MBL paying attention to that. And where's MBL's next castle going? Look at Tato's economy. 53 idols! 53! This is where that castle's going. If this goes up, I think MBL takes the game away from Tato. And honestly, I feel like the castle will go up. There's far too many villagers. And with the knights, he's going to kill these skirmishers as well. Tato has a few villagers on this gold, but I don't think that'll last very long. MBL's also pushing, killing houses, killing military buildings from Tato, and killing these idle villagers that were basically dead anyway. Another sick game. Oh man, these two players are at the heart of every amazing game. It's either Tato versus someone else, or Tato versus MBL, or MBL versus someone else, or MBL versus Tato. They might not win the tournament that's coming up. They could. But they might not. But they're definitely going to give us entertaining games. That was great. It was also very hard as a caster to recognize what was going on there, because it was so hectic. Normally as a caster you want some structure, you want some order that you can explain to the viewers, but nah, no order there. But that's what you guys like. Were you triggered by all the towers in this game? No, I really don't get triggered by towers anymore. As a player, I actually do quite well against them. But I do get triggered when people play with only towers. And Tato and MBL are able to do other things. But you only choose the melee to go tower rush. And man-at-arms. It's the only thing you would choose the melee for on Arabia. So I kind of expected that from Tato. Alright. Take a look. Units killed, units lost, buildings raised. Here's the economy stats for you as well. At YouTube, I'm sure you're going to see this one. Everyone here on the live stream is probably going to tell you what their favorite pie is. And I hope you guys enjoy the video. Take a look at all the links below the stream, social media, Twitch, of course, and my schedule for future Twitch streams are always below the Twitch stream. What else we got here? Society stats. I love pumpkin pie. So let's see what everyone else has to say. They weren't expecting the whole pie comment because we were not talking about pies. Cherry. Alright. There's the achievements. YouTube sucks. Come watch live. Well, Twitch obviously doesn't like pie because only one person has said anything about pie. They are going to play again, and they started really quick. Wow. Let me go